Now, this isn't get rich quick scheme. I'm not telling you you're going to get rich overnight. You're going to become a millionaire overnight. But I will tell you that this is a legitimate side hustle. You could do this while you have a full-time job to generate extra income. And some of you will be able to quit your job and just do this. Multi-billion-dollar industry. It's been around for 30, 40, 50 years. It's not taught. It's one of those things. They don't teach it in high school. They don't teach it in college. So listen to me for a little bit here. I know you're busy. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. I thought I'd sit down and just record this real quick. I'm in Vegas, staying at the Bellagio. Got some business meetings. So it's only two real ways you make money: product and services. That's it. Product and services. So products are, you come up with a new bar of soap, a new shampoo, a new beef jerky. Jeff Bezos sells products, right? On Amazon, that's all people are buying. Product, product, product. Services are like you become a lawyer, you become a doctor, you become a CPA and do people's taxes and all that, right? That's about the two ways you make money. That's about it. Now, products make people the richest in general, but they're the hardest to start. E-com's great, but Jeff Bezos, it took him over 20 years to become the richest person in the world with selling products. I'm not saying you shouldn't sell products. I'm just saying, understand that products are tricky. I have a business, MentorBox. We sell products. I've got e-com, dropshipping, all kinds of businesses. But if you don't have a lot of money and a lot of experience, best thing to do is start in the services. So social media marketing agency, I taught that in 2016. That was the big trend then. This is the next big thing. So what's the next big thing? What's the next big trend that you can catch to make money? Most money's made by catching trends early, right? Uber caught a trend early. Amazon caught a trend. Jeff Bezos started e-com in 1994 and became the richest person in the world. Now this, I'm not saying you're gonna become the richest person in the world, but the next big trend is what I call DSMC, Digital Social Marketing Consultant. Consulting is a multi-billion-dollar industry. People just don't realize it. There's huge firms out there that are literally making millions and billions of dollars every year. Small firms doing millions, big firms doing billions. It's never been taught to everyday ordinary people like you and I, and this is my thing that I'm focused on. If you follow me back in 2016, I launched a social media marketing agency. I trained 50,000 people how to start their own agency. That was the next big trend. It worked. Amazing testimonies. You've probably seen it. In fact, I now own the Trainbark on SMMA, Social Media Marketing Agency in the United States. That's how many people that I was able to reach. So I'm very grateful for that. But that was the trend then. What's the trend right now? 2019 going into 2020, what's the big thing? So I'm also gonna issue you a challenge, a 30-day challenge, okay? It's the 555 challenge. That you make $50 in the next 30 days, or $500 or $5,000 in the next 30 days as a DSMC, Digital Social Marketing Consultant. Okay, and I'm gonna make it easy on you because I've got some software that I've created, some custom software that's only available to people who are in this program that'll actually do most of the work for you. So why does it work? That's the most important thing. I do a DSMC myself. I'm a digital social marketing consultant. I charge 100 grand. People pay me 100 grand, more than 100 grand, but let's just call it like on average, I charge 50 to 100 grand. And I don't necessarily do the work for people. I give them a plan, I give them advice, I give them ideas. Okay, so I'm not teaching you anything I don't do myself. Every year I make I've got lots to do. It depends how you count it, but I make, let's just say between $400,000 and $1 million. $400,000 and $1 million a year. It's a little side thing that I do, DSMC. Okay, now you're not gonna be able to start out and charge, $100,000. In fact, I want you to start out charging $50 to create a small report where you analyze people's businesses, you analyze their website, you analyze their marketing, and tell them what they're done wrong. If they like what you're saying, which they will, because I created an amazing piece of software that I use that I'm gonna give you access to if you become a student in this program, then you can charge them $500 for a more advanced plan. And then if you wanna take them on and actually do the services as a client to fix their business, you can charge 5 grand. Okay, you can charge more, but I just like this 555 challenge. Next 30 days, listen to me. By the time you're done with the end of this video, I'm gonna have laid it out. You can decide if you wanna be in my test group. I launched the test group for SMMA, Social Media Marketing Agency, in October 2018. I'm doing this now in October 2009. Sorry, I did it in 2016 for social media marketing. This is 3 years later, October 2019. It's very interesting that 3 years later, almost to the precise day, I'm launching this, and it's just coming. It's like trends come in like 3-year intervals. So here's the cool thing about it. You don't need to have a college degree for this, because there is no college degree for a DSMC. So you just got to learn how to do it, which I'm going to teach you how to do, and we're going to let software do it for you. People don't understand that there's ways to automate going into a business. So you basically go into a business. If you don't know any business owners, like you might have a friend, you might have a parent, a relative who has a business, that's easy to start. But I'm going to show you also how to get clients, even if you know nobody, even if you don't live in the United States. You could live anywhere in the world. If you have access to the internet, this can work for you, because I'll show you how to reach out. You can direct message people on Instagram. It's a gold mine. And I'm going to give you some cut and paste messages you can actually write to them that will explain, like, hey, boom, this is why you should talk to me. And I'm going to show you, if they ask you, oh, well, do you have a lot of experience? You can say, I'm new to being a digital social marketing consultant, but I work with, or I have access to a piece of software designed by one of the top social media and digital marketing experts. Like, people don't realize me and my business partner, we've spent over $600 million on Facebook ads for our businesses. I was in the beta of Facebook. I was one of the first people to use Google AdWords. 2014, I started using YouTube and became one of the largest YouTube advertisers in the world. I've got over 13 million social media followers. So you're kind of like, I built this, so you're kind of using, these ideas that I'm giving you as I educate you. So you don't have to worry if you don't have a lot of credentials. People are going to listen to you, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm going to give you the ability to generate a free report for them. And this free report, you're going to go in, you're going to get their information. It's good. My software is going to generate a free report for them. You're going to give it to them. It's going to build credibility, because they're going to like, wow, I didn't know that. Wow, these are the things I'm missing. And then you can charge them either $50 or $500, depending on the next level of plan that they want. So usually I recommend charge them $50. It will generate. By the way, you don't have to use my software. Eventually you can just, if you might already know how to do this on your own, or you can learn to do it on your own. The software is just an optional thing. But you could charge them $50. You create a 100-point report, and you give that to them. And then if they still want your help, you can charge them $500 to create a very in-depth analysis and report on what they do. Because a lot of business owners already have somebody who can do the plan, who can actually implement it. They have like a web designer, they have somebody running their Facebook ads. But if they don't, you can charge them, you can refer them, by the way. I have an agency that will actually do the work for them if they want somebody else to do it, they want to outsource it. And I'll give you a list of some other agency owners. And in general, you'll make $5,000 if you refer one client who pays to my agency. Most agents is like a affiliate referral plan. So it's very powerful for you. And so yeah, let's get into why this works. I want to give you a little more. I've just given you like the high level, like this is how this thing works, okay? Let me go a little teeny bit more in depth. So here's the deal. The average business owner has about 5 things wrong with their business, okay? And to put this in perspective, there's tens and tens of millions of businesses. There's at least 20 million business owners in the United States alone. Globally, nobody knows exactly, but let's just call it 50, 60 million business owners. Here's the deal. Those business owners almost all suck at marketing, literally, and they'll even admit that. You don't even have to be cocky and be like, oh, you suck. Their website's not optimized for speed. It's not optimized for mobile. It doesn't have the correct tools, like it's not using Google Analytics. It's not which is a free tool if you don't know what that is. It's not fast enough. It doesn't look correct. The layout's wrong. The design's wrong. This is more than 5 things. But those are the 5 kind of core things. And you can go on and on. And the thing is, the average business owner, profitable business owner, is over 50 years old. They don't want to learn it. They don't want to do it. They want to pay somebody else to do it. Now, the problem, and this is where you as a DSMC fits in, as a digital social marketing consultant, this is where you fit in. There's a little sweet spot, a middleman or middle woman kind of place. And that is, so you have the business owner, and you have agencies that will do the work. Here's the thing about agencies. Agencies are expensive. They charge anywhere from $10,000 to $1 million to actually do the work. Fix the website, or build them a new website, build them funnels, run their Facebook ads, run their YouTube ads, blah, 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 do their SEO, optimization, all that stuff. So here's business owners. They don't want to do it themselves. They know they suck at marketing. So they then talk to an agency and they're like, oh my, it's like too expensive, or it's too much of a leap for them. You will sit right in the middle, and you'll come in with a lower price, and you'll just generate a plan and make them more aware of like what's wrong. You see, your job is to communicate to this business owner, here's very specific things that are wrong. Here's 40, 50, 60, 70 things that we can work on. And then, and this is what I was saying, you don't have to do that much work, is if they then go, wow, that really makes sense to me, there's a lot of problems with my business, I'm ready to rock and roll and grow my business, then they basically, you can say, hey, I've got a referral network of 3 or 4 agencies that can handle this for you. You sit in between, and you then make a finder's fee from the agency, and the client's happy, the agency's happy, and you're happy. Being a middleman makes people a lot of money in life, a lot. It's amazing they don't teach that at school. I mean, think about like sports agents. They don't play the sport, they don't own the team, but they sit in between and they collect a nice 10-20% royalty. Tillman Fertitta was at my house. If you don't know who he is, he's on the Forbes list. He's worth $4.9 billion. He's the largest restaurateur in the world. He owns 600 restaurants, casinos, 60,000 employees. He owns the Houston Rockets. And he told me, he said, you know, when we were kind of talking about this whole concept, he was like, he owns this restaurant chain. You might have heard of it. It's based off the Forrest Gump movie. It's called Bubba Gump Shrimp. It's a restaurant chain all around the United States. And he goes, you know who makes the big money in that? I said, who? He said, Tom Hanks and Robert Zemeckis. So Tom Hanks was an actor, and Zemeckis was the director or writer or whatever. And so he said, they don't have to do any work on the restaurant side. So I'm the restaurant owner, and here's the restaurant. They sit in between, and every time somebody buys a meal, they get a small royalty percentage. So middlemen, he's like, make the most profit in this Bubba Gump Shrimp. Even though he's the owner, he doesn't make as much money as people who don't own it. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you don't like your job, if you don't like your career, I'm giving you another. I try to every year or 2 or 3 come out with like a new trend that will actually work for you. Because there's so many people saying, just do this and do this and this. And they're either selling old trends, which still kind of work, but they're getting old by the day. They're getting more competitive. They're getting more saturated. But at DSMC, I mean, you literally, so I've got a program. In this program, I'm going to walk you through. It's a 60-day program that's going to teach you everything you need to know. Plus, as a bonus, I'm going to give you access to use the software. Okay, I'm going to give you credits to use the software. Every time you use the software, it'll use credit. But I'll give you enough credits that you can take on a ton of customers without paying any more money. Okay, if you end up using it and have thousands and thousands of reports you generate, I charge a teeny fee for the software. But I want you to be successful. That's why I created the software, because I was like, because as I said, you don't have to use the software. Over time, you might eventually not use the software. You might just say, I want to be a digital social marketing consultant. I want to charge businesses $50,000, $500,000, and $5,000 to give them a plan. A plan. That's all you're doing. It's a little bit like an accountant, right? An accountant just like gives you a plan. You got to sign your own tax return. They're like, here's the plan. Well, I'm going to show you that. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. People are already making billions, literally, in this exact industry. But I'm going to show you how to do it as a little guy, just starting out. You don't need a college degree. That's a beautiful thing, because there's no real college degree in this. It's too new of an industry to learn digital marketing. Number 2, there's like, if you are on the younger side, people are not going to trust you with super complicated things, but they trust young people with internet stuff, digital stuff. You're going to come in. Now, as I said, this is different than my social media marketing agency, because my social media marketing agency program, the thing about that program was you actually built an agency, built a company, and did the work for people, which is great. I was just on the on WhatsApp with a guy right before I turned on this video who's making $1.2 million a month with his social media marketing agency. He has a specific niche. Like they say, there's riches and niches. And he has a little niche that he goes after, and he charges people like $2,000 a month. But he does a lot of work. He has to do their Facebook ads for them and do all the work. What I'm giving you is a way that you don't have to do the work. You can sit in between the business and the people who do the work and either use software to do the work for you or other businesses, and you just collect a finder referral fee. That's amazing. Everything else in services, the problem with services, and I was talking about there's only two ways you make money, product and services. The problem with services is you got to do the service. It's a lot of work. If you're a lawyer, you have to do a lot of legal things. If you're a doctor, you have to do a lot of surgeries, or you have to go to the office. Same with the CPA. You got to crunch numbers all day. But what if by sitting in the middle, you can make $500, $5,000 per business owner? Per business owner. That's a lot of money. So I'm going to put a link below. You can click here or the buttons in the corner. Look, here's the thing. People go, do these programs work, Ty? People pay money for them. I've got the most people in history that have ever bought these educational programs. And the reason that people come back and the reason that I'm able to grow is because this stuff just works. My social media marketing agency, I don't know how to officially do this. People say, oh, is this a scam and this and that? And I say, well, just remember, I just read a report. 60-70% of people who graduate a college degree don't ever use that degree to make money. Is that a scam? Well, I would say no, because you got educated. But I'd go head to head with the ratio. Some of these, like my social media marketing agency, so many agents. I go anywhere in the world. People come up to me like, I started an agency. I was in London, a 20-year-old's like, I started an agency. I sold the domain to ClickFunnels. I sold the agency. I got it up to, I think he got it to 5 million in revenue. Decent profit, probably netted 500,000, 600,000, $700,000, which at 20 wasn't bad. I'd just get people off the street going, these programs work. Now, I can't promise they don't work for everybody. It's just like college. Some people don't even do the work. It's like buying a book. People go, well, does this work for everybody? I'm like, does a good book work for everybody? Tim Ferriss wrote the book 4 Hour Work Week, became a New York Times bestseller. Did that work for everybody? No, because most people don't even do the work. So I can't, guarantee that this would work if you don't even do the work. But what I'm telling you is I personally have been doing digital social marketing consulting since, I think I took my first client in 2012. 2013, I charged $25,000. There was a guy named James Swanwick. A lot of you have seen him now. I own a small part of a business he owns, Swanwick Sleep Classes. Back then in 2013, he had struggled, started 6 businesses. None of them really succeeded. Now he has 2 businesses that I think are both multi-million-dollar businesses. I know at least one is, and the other one is a newer business. But that was my start, $25,000 I charged him. I created a plan. I didn't have the software. I didn't know as much as I know now, but it worked and it got results. And so that digital consulting, this social marketing, people don't know how to do it. And it's as big as opportunity. It's bigger than it was in 2013 when I started, because now everybody knows they should be doing online marketing. Everybody knows. You have 3 days left to click the link before I close this test group.